Hi everybody, it's Janet with Fruit of the Vine Art Studio here. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Wednesday evening. Just a couple of, about a week or so before Mother's Day. I thought I wanted to do a little something in honor of Mother's Day tonight. I'm going to make a Mother's Day card and I'm going to be using some oil pastels. Let me see if I can just pull it up real quick here on the computer, on the page. Let me see, why don't I see it? I'm thinking I'm on the right page. You never know. If I'm not, then we're going to have to make a quick stop and boost ourselves over to Fruit of the Vine. What's happening? Where is it? Oh, there we go. Now I see it. All right. I'm just going to set that right over here. There we go. And as you can see, I've already got my card taped down so that I don't have to worry about what would happen to the inside of it or anything like that. This way the inside is protected and the back side is protected and so forth. It's a piece of 144-pound watercolor paper, and I'm going to be using my Pentel oil pastels, and I'll also be using a couple of pencils for this, graphite pencils, and a little bit of baby oil with some cotton swabs. So it'll be a very simple and probably pretty quick craft. Let me tilt you down here so that we can get you zoomed in on the right spot. There we go. That looks pretty good right there. Kind of wanted to make sure I had it taped in the right area. Okay. Let's see, that's a little high, isn't it? It's just a little high. Let me bring you up just a little. That's better. That's a little bit better, it looks like. It's still pretty far up, but that's okay. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to be using 4 colors tonight and white. The colors that I've chosen, we've got just plain yellow, yellow green, pale blue, and purple. And then I'll be using some whites for highlighting, okay? So like I said, this is going to be really very simple. We're going to start off by making the bottom portion this pretty yellow. Not like that, about so far up. That looks good. And then we're going to get some of the green. This was the yellow green, yellow green. I was going to call it lime green. But yeah, it's pretty similar. Going to get it just a little bit on the yellow there. And I'm going to bring this about a little more than halfway up. Not too much further, though. Got to turn off my notifications again, didn't I? Sorry, guys. I seem to have a really bad habit doing that. Okay, and then we're going to use this pale blue. I'm not going to bother with it right now. I'm just going to go ahead and keep creating, and we can worry about it later. It's going to hopefully not be many more of it, if any more. And then we're going to get this purple and put it on up here at the top. Okay, now, for blending, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get just a small amount of baby oil on a Q-tip. Just going to take my Q-tip. I've got baby oil in the cap. I'm going to take my Q-tip and I'm just going to get the baby oil on it, and I'm going to squeeze, I'm going to squeeze the excess out on the side of the lid here. And I'm going to start down here with the yellow, and I'm just going to start blending this yellow color. Look at it. It's almost like a magic how easily this blends. Such a simple, simple way to blend with an oil pastel. I know a lot of people are intimidated by them. They think that it's too hard to use them, that you may have to press too much to get it to blend. They never get the look that they want. Well, I really think that if you was to try this method here with just a little bit of baby oil, you would be so pleasantly surprised how easy and how beautifully things will just blend perfectly together. I'm going to take my finger and hold that down a little bit because I don't want to get rid of that piece yet. I want to get up through the green here. Rub it a little better on the edges. Blend it a little bit with this yellow down here. Bring it right on up into the blue. Now, I think I'm going to switch this over and get some oil on this side. Might need just a little more oil. One thing you do not want to do is to saturate the paper with the oil. So that's why I'm taking the time to squeeze off any excess oil as much as I can. I'm just squeezing it off. You can even just put it here on a paper towel and rub some more off. And then we're going to go and just start blending this pretty blue. Using that Q-tip, we're going to take some down into the green, and then we're going to bring some of this green right up into the blue too. And we're just going to keep working it right on up into this purple. See how easily that blends? Hardly no pressure whatsoever. I'm just taking my finger and lightly pressing down. I'm going to take this a little further down now, and I'm going to take this a little further down, and I'm just going to keep working it a little bit down that way. And then I'm going to use my finger just to kind of blend this at the edge here, what I did right there along the edges. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to try to get that to blend just a little better right there. There we go. Maybe a little right in here on these edges. All right. That looks good. I like how that's looking right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my white and I'm just going to make some white areas back in here. A few little clouds. I know that looks a little odd right now. There we go. Make them a little wider. But what we're going to do then, pull off most of that. Take just the bottom of it. Blend just the bottom part of the cloud. Push it out a little bit on the edges. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I think that's about all the clouds that I want to have in the sky there for this. Now we're going to work with our pencil. We've got our basic ground, or our basic background done. So at this point, I'm just going to add some ground in down here by just making some quick little lines, and some will be longer and some will not be quite so long. Some will be straight, some will be going a little this way, some that way. You got to remember that when it comes to like grass, it's not going to all be growing in the same direction, and it's not going to be at the same length. There's going to be some longer ones and some shorter ones in there. Now this is going to get a little bit denser and thicker right in this area. because right in here we are going to start working this up. And we're going to make us a tree growing up right here along this edge. Bring it up. A little more of a couple of pieces of longer grass down in here. A little more grass in this area. Now from the tree, we're going to just bring it on up like this. Maybe we'll have it curve over a little bit and come back like that. And kind of break off. And here we'll have a limb come out this way. And that limb will have another limb that comes off of it right there. Maybe it's got a short limb right there. And another one here. And just a piece one here that's just coming off. Maybe it's got a little edge. And then you can see the other part of the tree starting to grow off in that direction there. You can have it kind of going around that way there. Okay, and then from there I'm just going to wipe off the tip of that, because it does get, as you're doing that with your pencil, it does roll up some of the oil pastel onto the pencil itself. So sometimes you do have to wipe off the tip of your pencil to get the little bits of oil pastel that have accumulated on there. Now what I want to do here is I'm going to add like another little branch that just sort of comes out right here. And we'll just have a little piece come off the hem like that. Don't want him to get too thick right here. Okay, and then we're going to bring, let's say another small branch right off here. With a longer piece right in there. Roll that off with the tip of my brush or pencil again. And then I'm going to bring one more that's going to kind of come, one arm that kind of comes up, sort of branches off, and another piece that comes over here. There's a couple little limbs coming off of it there, maybe one here. Not like that. This has got to be a little bit thicker here where it's coming out of the tree's trunk. Coming up through here. Make it a little bit wider. Right through there. Maybe that's got a little piece going off through right through there, and a little more that's going to come right over here. Just a little bit more of a thickness in that spot right there. This little branch needs to be just a wee bit wider right in there where it's connecting. And then right here in the branch of the tree, right in this little branch, going to put a little nest. It's just some like little sticks just kind of going in this direction and that direction. They're not in any particular order, just sort of just little sticks on this branch right here. And then right here, sitting on that, is the mama bird. And down inside is the little baby bird. Waiting for mama to give him some food. So there we have it, you guys. Our Mother's Day card. I don't know if you can see it very well. Maybe I need to tilt it up a little bit for you here. You can see the mother bird inside, sitting on the tree, on the limb, looking down into the nest where the baby bird is. And then we can write, Happy Mother's Day. Now, you know, we could actually add some to the trees here. Let me make this a little bit right here on this side. Do that a little bit thicker and darker right along the bottom through here. Fix that up just a little bit right there. Wipe this off once more. And then maybe we'll put another bird back here coming in. That can be the little daddy bird. He can be back there checking in. There we go. Okay, now let's get a little bit of the white here. Oops, get that off of there. We're just going to take it, bring it right along through here on the tree. There, right along there, right there. Wipe off the tip of that. On the mama bird's back, on her head. Didn't get too much there. Your head out of shape. Just a little bit around there. Oh, and you know, we could actually, if we wanted to, heck, we could have us a little bit of fun and put some pink flowers on this tree just starting to bloom. And we'll start off by using, let's use a little bit of this rose madder. And we're just going to just make little blotches and splotches. It's cherry trees are blooming and the mother birds are filling the nests with their babies. It's springtime. It's that time of year. This is a darker rose color, rose madder. And I'm just basically just making dots is what I'm doing. Just making little dots of this color. Some of it up in here. Coming from over on the other part of the tree. And then we're going to use, what is this one? Pink. Just plain pink. And we're just going to put some of this lighter pink in here. Lighter pink doesn't show up that well, does it? Let's try this then. There we go. This is a little pale orange. Just to get some of the other little variations of the flower colors in here. Now we've got the mother bird and her baby inside of a pretty cherry tree. And we're just going to take some of the white, wipe off the tip of it, make sure it's got a pretty clean tip. And do a few little dots of the white in here. Not too many, just a few. Just to lighten it up a little bit. Okay, I think that's all we need to do to it. I am going to take the tape off. There we go, that came off good. Get off of that paper towel. Let's put this up. Wipe my fingers because now I just got oily on my fingers. Now you can see I left a large border around this. I am going to cut this down to a smaller size for putting in an envelope for my mother-in-law. So I'm not too worried about, so you can see this is a much smaller edge over here because this is the folded edge. And I will be cutting this right around there to make it a 5x7 card. All right, guys. Now you can see the mother bird bringing the baby some food in the nest. And all the little flowers. There's the daddy bird coming back on the tree. There we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. And I hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day. I'll see you again on Saturday. All right, guys. Bye.